morning and welcome to Bible Bites Daily. Today we have reached chapter 40, a chapter that culminates in the construction of the tabernacle and momentous occasion of God's presence dwelling among His people. This chapter, although filled with details, offers a profound narrative of preparation, dedication, and the fulfillment of God's promise. Join me as we explore this captivating tale, discovering the significance of every element and the presence of the divine. From verses 1 to 16, the chapter talks about setting up the tabernacle. This opens with the Lord's instruction to Moses on the first day of the first month. The people had been preparing for this moment, following God's commands with meticulous care. The tabernacle, constructed with its boards, bars, veil, and curtain, was assembled according to God's plan. Exactness in these preparations emphasized the importance of order and obedience in approaching the divine. It reminds us that God's presence requires preparation and readiness. Verses 17 to 33 talks about consecrating the priests. The narrative then shifts to the consecration of Aaron and his sons, the first priests of Israel. This was a sacred and symbolic ritual, representing their separation and dedication to God's service. Anointing them with holy oil and dressing them in the priestly garments symbolized their readiness to intercede on behalf of the people. It teaches us about the significance of consecration, preparation, and the priestly role in connecting humanity with the divine. From verses 34 to 38, it talks about the God's glory. As the chapter progresses, we witness the culmination of all their efforts. A cloud representing God's presence covered the tabernacle. This cloud was not a mere meteorological phenomenon. It was a tangible manifestation of the divine. The glory of the Lord filled the tabernacle, signifying that God has indeed come to dwell among His people. It was a moment of awe and reverence, highlighting the fulfillment of God's promise and the significance of His presence. It reminds us that God's presence is not an abstract concept, but a tangible reality that can be experienced. From verses 39 to 40, closes on why Moses was unable to enter the tabernacle. We read that Moses was unable to enter the tabernacle because of the cloud. This occurrence signifies the transcendent nature of God's presence. It reminds us that even the most faithful and dedicated individuals cannot fully comprehend the mysteries of God. It teaches us humility in the face of the divine and the awareness that there are aspects of God that surpass our understanding. In the narrative of Exodus chapter 40, we find a very powerful message about preparation, about dedication, and about the presence of God. The meticulous construction of the tabernacle, the consecration of the priests, and the manifestation of God's glory emphasize the importance of readiness and obedience in approaching the divine. It teaches us that God's presence is not an abstract concept, but a reality that can be tangibly experienced. May this narrative inspire us to prepare our hearts and lives for God's presence, to dedicate ourselves to His service, and to approach Him with humility and reverence. Just as the tabernacle was a place of